taught to live our life to the fullest because we only live once. They say, do what makes you feel happy. But what if I tell you that there are people, a lot of people, or should I say a certain race that don't have the full control in their lives? They are being slave on their own home. Rights, freedom, pride, they are all taken away. And if I were to ask you, what if you are in their own shoes? How would you feel? And what would you do in order to tear down the chains given by the oppressor or the people who take control of you and your homeland? Think of it. Hujambo. This is Miss Maria F. Mapiagalan, the first reporter of Group 1 that will tackle about the characteristics and what makes the characteristics of African literature. There are three discernible trends or epochs that gave birth to African literature and its characteristics. So the first one is the PreColonial idyllic life. So this space includes the heaven-like existence that Africans experienced before the advent of colonialism. So it is mainly about how African life was clean and untouched prior to the detrimental contact with the Europeans. So in other words, this space is when the Africans' lives are still peaceful and untouched by the European colonizers and unjust political system. So the second is the conquered Africa. So these books are about the colonial experience. So this becomes the everyday lives reality under the colonial system. So this type of literature is meant to show the evils of subjugation. It is also meant to galvanize the black masses and conscientize them on their condition. So in this era, people or the Africans are distinct into two groups. So the white Africans and the black Africans. So white Africans are the Africans that do possess the blood of Europeans and Dutch that makes their skin more whiter or more brighter, while the black Africans are what they call the natives. So in this era, the white Africans are given the privilege to experience the fair treatment and opportunity, while the black Africans are being enslaved by the colonizer and peered upon. So in short, this era was the nightmare for the natives or the black Africans as they can't experience the fair treatment and opportunity that is given to the white Africans. So the third and the last is the post-independence delusionment. So this is not like the typical drama series or movie series wherein it ends with happily ever after. So this era was supposed to have an happy ending, just like how the protagonist win against all of the conflicts and the antagonists on the story. So this period is supposed to be about the joy that experienced after the evils of colonialism had been banished. But it turns out that this is not the case and there is a lot wrong with the post-colonial state. So there are much more problems identified, usually includes corruption, AIDS, poverty, and military coups. And this until now are what the Africans are experiencing. Three epochs made the characteristics of African literature. First, there is the slave narratives. Slave narratives were mostly autobiographical in nature and gave an account of the person's experiences, their escape from slavery, and their lives after slavery. Second, there is the protest against colonization. Third, there is the call of independence. Fourth, there is the African pride that seems like the colonizers and the unjust government taken away from them. Fifth is the hope for the future or hope for the better future. And the last is the dissent, wherein there is a massive disapproval for the injusticeness they are experiencing. That ends my report. So let me introduce to you the second reporter, Miss Nicole Abbas.